Good morning. Thank you so much for being here and agreeing to spend just a little bit of time out of your day with me. I had long ago decided to wait until preseason was over, until the roster was set, before I would make any comments about anything. Well, I will say that there are some people on the offense that really made me quite happy watching them. Velus Jones Jr. was a revelation. Mason Tipton seems to be ready to take the next step, and maybe join the roster for real as either a 3 or 4 wide receiver. Kendre Miller ran very well this preseason, but I'm a little bit worried about him, as injury prone as he is. Now, as far as cuts, I had compiled a list of cuts myself. Here are my cuts: Akers, Edwards-Helaire, Yawns, Dixon, Peoples-Jones, Chris Tyree, Cedric Wilson Jr., Traydon Welch, Dylan Radins, Barry Wesley, Landon Young. Nick Saldiveri can go too, but I think those two are presently on injured reserve, and I think when they're on injured reserve they can't be cut. But I'd cut them anyway. Isaiah Foskey, been needing to go. Amari Thomas, Kalen Saunders, Tyreen Powell, Rico Payton, and Berger or Dawson. Take your pick. Our offensive line still looks as inept as it did last season. Perhaps, maybe we're playing vanilla, maybe we're not showing our hand about everything that we're doing or thinking about doing. That may be, but to my seeing, that offensive line looked almost as bad as it did last season. And judging from the 2s and 3s who mostly played in preseason, past the starters, we're fucked. And our quarterbacks. I had always figured that Spencer Rattler would end up being quarterback number 1. Mostly because he has a little bit more experience in the league and with the speed of the NFL than Tyler Shuck does. But neither one of them are the best that we can hope for. So we got what we got. And we're going to have to play with that. Our wide receiver room leaves a great deal to be desired. We have Brandon Cooks, Chris Olave, and Rashid Shaheed. Of course, Mason Tipton's going to make that. But otherwise, we don't have any big body wide receivers that can muscle the defensive backs, in order to either catch a pass or to get yards after. Tight ends. The tight end curse that came to us from Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis's treatment of Jimmy Graham continues. And more as a coach, yeah, he likes definitely the same things other coaches do. He wants to have a strong running game, a dual threat quarterback, with an offensive line capable of both pass blocking and run blocking with equal efficiency. We know that Kellen Moore had 3 stops as an offensive coordinator. First with Dallas from 2018 to 2022. And where did his offenses rank in those years? In 18, Dallas's offense ranked 22nd. In 19, they ranked 1st. In 20, they ranked 14th behind quarterback Andy Dalton because Dak Prescott spent from Game 5 on injured and did not play. In 21, still with Dallas, the offense is first again. And in 22, they were 4th in scoring and 11 in total offense. In 23, when he was with the Chargers, his offense ranked 22nd in the league. And last year, with Philly, his offense ranked 7th. So most of the time, he's been in the top 10, if not higher. But I want to tell all Saints fans to temper your expectations as far as this coach is concerned. All those teams that I named, the 2019 Cowboys, the 2021 Cowboys, the 24 Philadelphia Eagles, the 22 Dallas Cowboys. I want you to consider the quality of players that were on those teams at the time Kellen Moore was there. And then think about the quality of players that he has to work with here in New Orleans. Dallas had a great offensive line. The Chargers, in 23, Justin Herbert went down. And that probably accounts for a great deal of that 22nd offensive ranking that year. But in 24, what did they do? They ended up in the playoffs. And in 24, what did Kellen Moore do in Philadelphia? Won the Super Bowl, that's all. So, our defense looked pretty good. But oh my God, that last game, Kool-Aid, Alontae Taylor, y'all got fried, dyed, fricasseed, and served up on a platter. I'm hoping that you do better this season. That I don't want to see that again. Now, we know that Mr. Staley runs 3-4 defense and has used it with great effect, especially with the Rams. Now, I know that a lot of you see teams that play that 3-4 a lot of times with 5 players on the defensive line. Yes, they tell you the 3-4 is 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers and then the defensive backfield. But, yes, there are 3 down linemen. A nose tackle in the middle, a defensive end on this side, and a defensive end on this side. What they are there for mostly is to take up space and hold gaps against the run. So you're going to say, why are the linebackers up there on the line? Well, the 2 outside linebackers can be used as pass protection, blitzers, or run fits. They must be smart enough to recognize plays coming toward them and be able to put their teammates in the best possible position for them to succeed. They need to be good tacklers. They need to be agile in order to shift from maybe run coverage to pass coverage. They need to be explosive off the edge, strong to shed blocks, have a high motor, from run fits, zone drops for the inside linebackers, they do the zone drops and pass protection. And the inside linebackers are the play callers on the defense. That's true of any team. That middle linebacker is the quarterback of the defense. You watch any game, whether they run the 4-3 or the 3-4, you watch that middle linebacker. Watch his calls. As a Saints fan, I'm going to point you to one game, the NFC Championship game against Minnesota. You go back and watch that game because I got it on tape. Go back and watch that game and watch Jonathan Vilma. That's what a middle linebacker is supposed to do. Okay, next thing. Our 2025 schedule. 2025 schedule predictions. In addition to everybody in our own division, we are playing the NFC West and the AFC East, plus Chicago, Tennessee, and let's see who else. Chicago, Tennessee, and what other team? Anyway, I can't forget. Anyway, when I decided to do this season predictions this year, I am hoping that we can manage to split with everybody with Atlanta, with Tampa, and with Carolina. Hoping we can split with them. I don't hold out much hope, but you know, things do happen. So within our division, let's say we go 3-3. We win 3, we lose 3. Okay, so that's 3 games. Now, to start on the rest of the regular season, we play Arizona on the 7th of September at noon. Do I think we're going to win that game? Next is San Francisco. Do I think we're going to win that game? After that, we have Seattle. Do I think we're going to win that game? The game after that, Buffalo. Do I think we're going to win that game? I'd be dreaming if I said yes. No, we're not going to win that game. So, for the month of September, the Saints, I predict, will go 0-4. October games, Giants, Patriots, Bears in Tampa. Well, I think we'll beat the Giants. And after that, I think we'll beat the Patriots, leaving us with a record of 2-4. Chicago, I see Chicago and the Saints as two teams who are evenly matched. So my prediction for this game is that it would go into overtime and that Chicago would win. So, in the month of October, I have the Saints 2-2, which will leave us at what? 3-6, 3-7. Excuse me, which will leave us at 3-5. In November, we play Los Angeles Rams, Carolina, Atlanta, and Miami. Do I think we're going to beat the Rams? Do I think we're going to beat the Dolphins? Now, December, we have Tampa, Carolina, the Jets, the Titans, and the Falcons. Okay. Tampa and Carolina are divisions, 1-1. The New York Jets, yes, I think we'll beat them. The Tennessee Titans, yes, I think we'll beat them. And then we're going to close out the season against Atlanta, the date to be decided. So, by this schedule and my predictions, we'd win 1, 2, 3, 4 outside of division, and 3 within our division. Let me go back over that again. We'd win against the Giants, the Patriots, the Jets, and the Titans. That's 4. The other 3 would come within the division. Let's hope we can manage to split with each of the teams in our division. And as it is, if that happens in that fashion, that we win those 4 games and we split with everybody in the division, that will leave us with a record of 7-10. Of course, it could get worse like it did last year when, I said we'd go in 8-9 and, oh my goodness, when we went 5-12. I don't hold out much hope for this team. We have so many holes, and players are going down injured even now. We did change our medical staff over the off-season. Thank goodness. I hope they're better than what we have been seeing the last 3 or 4 years. So, if I didn't bring out the bag last year, I'm probably not going to bring out the bag this year. Unless we manage to go 0-17. And that would set an NFL record for futility. I thank y'all so much for being here and coming to listen to me Whether you listen to me the whole show or whether you listen to me for 4 or 5 seconds and then pass me on by, I still thank you. I am never going to be what Dolph, Keeping It Real Sports Podcast is. I will never be what Big Q is, Sports Coma. I will never be what Zach and Nonfiction are, Real Fan Sports. I will probably never get to interview any, or even talk to, as far as that goes, any movers and shakers in the NFL, much less the Saints. I do this because really I have very few people that I talk to or interact with on a daily basis. The mailman, besides my daughter, is somebody that I speak to every day. But most of the time I'm right here in this house, either playing Madden, solitaire, watching YouTube videos, movies. But most of my time is spent alone. And the only time I don't feel quite so alone is when I get on here talking about the Saints, because it feels like to me that I'm speaking to you. And it's almost like you're sitting in my living room right here beside me. That is of greater value to me than anything else that I could do with this podcast at this time. So, again, I'm going to say thank you. Y'all, let's get ready for a long season. Excuse me. Where the wins will be few, far between.